Alright, so I'm currently visiting a few friends in pretty much the middle of nowhere in the country, surrounded by corn, farms, lots of fields, and I guess that's just where they put a lot of big universities. But anyway, I have decided that Paris, as I was thinking, is going to be the place where I start off my journey. So I'm going to fly from the Midwest all the way to Paris, and pretty excited about it. But now I wanted to tell you how you can get a cheap one-way ticket, because I'm not going to be flying from Paris and then back here. I'm going to fly to Paris and start my journey there, so I want one way. The problem is most of the airlines are going to charge you for a round-trip ticket or the same price. So for round-trip tickets around $1,000 and you hit one way, they'll either charge you $1,000 or more, so $1,200 or $1,400. Basically, they just want to screw you. So I'm going to show you how I got a ticket for much less than that, and the website I used, and everything seems to have worked well with that so far. So let's check it out. Most of the websites that you think of when you think of travel, Priceline, Orbitz, things like that. And so I've got up here Priceline, and then here's one of my favorites for going domestic is Kayak. And the website that I actually used is Viama. So I'm going to go through all three of these websites, but if you don't want to watch the whole video, go to Viama.com and search for your one-way international flights that way. It worked out really well for me. So let's do a typical search here. First, flying one way. Now, let's say MCI, so right in the middle of the country, to Charles de Gaulle, Paris. I'm going to book it for Sunday, 16th, and hit search. Now I'm just using Priceline as a basic example. I don't use it that often, but you know, Priceline, Orbitz, Expedia, Travelocity, you can use all of those and compare the prices that each one will give you. I suggest doing that through Kayak since it will do it all at once. But here's an example of one. So, cheapest price, almost $1,900. Yeah, screw that. For a one-way flight, no. Coach, all right, whatever. All right, let's go to Kayak. Kayak, let's hit flights. All right, one way, so Kansas City, MCI, Paris, France, Charles de Gaulle, CDG, 9/16/2012, and let's hit find flights. Now, if you're doing, let me just show you this real quick, round trip, or if you start out a new, there we go, if you start out a new search, you can compare with these other sites, Expedia, Hotels, Travelocity, Hotwire for the hotels section, or flights, there we go. So you can hit it to compare all of these at once. I'm not going to do that, let's just leave it one way, MCI to CDG, 9/16, and go from there. So Kayak's really helpful in that it compares everything, and it searches through a lot of airlines. So here, we went down from 1877 all the way to 1033. So we're doing good. Kayak.com has just saved us over $800 from Priceline.com. That's a much better palatable price. That's around what, you know, the round trip price is usually going to be. Now let's go to Viama. So Viama, hit one way. Let's type it in, MCI, CDG, September 16, search. Now Viama is a website I had not previously heard of before maybe a week ago. So I was a little apprehensive about using it, and I found that this and another website, airfare.com, seemed to give pretty similar prices. I tried to use airfare.com, but it didn't work so well. Viama, however, worked, and check out the price, $656. So already, over Kayak, we've saved $350, almost $400. And that's just for the cheapest fare. If you want to fly out at a different time, it immediately goes up to $11.63. And basically a third of the Priceline, $18.77. So Viama is really the place that I would go if you're trying to get at least a one-way international ticket. It worked really well for me. I went through the whole process. I purchased. Everything seems legit. I got the confirmation, and it's from a reputable carrier that I'm going out on. If you want to see the details of the flight, just click Details, and it'll load in a moment. You can see when everything is leaving, the carriers, and all that good stuff. Once you found the flight you want, just hit select and go through the purchase process. So the one last tip that I would give you if you're trying to purchase a ticket, know when you're going. Don't get one of those flexible tickets. You can just get the base fare, no frills ticket. As long as you don't have a lot of luggage, you're not going to pay anything extra. You know, just try and keep it carry-on. And yeah, like I said, I would check Kayak first. You can search all the major websites, so you don't even have to go to a Priceline. That was just for comparison's sake. And especially if you're getting one way, go through Vyama. So it's just Vyama.com. And it worked really well for me and got me my ticket from the Midwest all the way to Paris for just $650 something odd.